Hello, my name is Navigator, and today I wanted to showcase a build that I use a lot when I'm around my camp or when I'm getting my 1400 caps every day from the train station vendors. I'm not going to waste your time, so let's get right into it. Now, before I go into it, I want to say that there are a lot of perks that I have on this loadout that I just need for my character, and those involve like weight limits and ammo perks that help reduce the weight of ammo. So if I can get those out of the way first, we won't have to worry about them later. So starting off in strength, most of the perks that I have there are, again, just ones that I need to have on me. But the one that I want to talk about here is Pack Rat. Now, I like to use this build for when I come back from big events, like the Scorch Beast Queen or the Colossal Problem. Currently, with the Test Your Metal events, you get a lot of rewards and a lot of in-game loot from completing these, especially from the Moonshine Jamboree and stuff. When you come back from these events, you're going to be typically over encumbered, stuff like that. You're going to be wanting to reduce your weight. Pack Rat is great to have on. You can just throw on this loadout, and as opposed to running right to your scrap box, or if you don't have one, you can kind of just mill around your camp with all this junk on you. Perception, you're not really going to need to use it unless there's a perk that you want to have equipped. There's not really a lot of perks related to this kind of loadout in Perception, so let's move on. Life Giver is a perk that I just have normally, but the one in Endurance that we're going to be worrying about is Homebody. Now I have 2 stars on this. It is gained improved health and limb regeneration while in your camp or workshop. That's pretty self-explanatory. It's a 2-star, so it's pretty easy to equip. Inspirational is nice. When you're in your camp, you're building stuff. You can get little bits of XP from that. So it's just nice to have a perk like this that'll just, give you more free XP. Squad maneuvers. This one isn't typically important, but I find myself when I'm building, running back and forth from one area of my camp to the other. So this is just a nice little add-on for that. Hard Bargain. This is going to be one of the all-stars of this loadout. Now this is 3 stars, and I have it specifically for when I go to the train stations to get my 1400 caps every day. Now, realistically, I get enough loot during every playthrough to eventually get all my caps, but it's nice to have a perk like this on, and then that way, sometimes I can just go to one event like a Scorch Beast Queen, and I will accumulate enough loot to buy out the entire vendor, and then that way I can just get on to playing and building or doing whatever else I was planning on doing. Travel Agent is another good perk to have with this, because you're going to be fast traveling to, different places. Maybe you're scavenging for things, which we'll get into later. You're going to the train station, obviously. Maybe you're buying and selling from player vendors. It's nice to have on. It's a 1-star. You might as well be paying cheaper if you're going to be moving around the map a lot. Now, Intelligence, a lot of these perks, I should start by saying that a lot of the intelligence perks are related to crafting, modifying, things along those lines. So the intelligence slot is really going to be catered to what kind of weapons you're using or what kind of things you're trying to repair at the moment. This will be a slot that you're definitely going to be switching perks around often for. But just for example, right now I have Science Master on, Armorer, batteries included is one that I just have for my person. And then Gunsmith is another one. Gunsmith, I try to switch out with, I think it's Makeshift Warrior. That's the perk. And they are both 5 stars, so they're easy to swap out depending whether you're using firearms or melee weapons. It's just a nice one to have. Guns break 50% slower when it's equipped too. Not that it really matters when you're in your camp, but still. The number one you want to have on, and I'm sure a lot of you guys already have this perk on, is Contractor. Crafting workshop items cost 50% fewer materials. That's just a no-brainer. I don't really need to go into it that much. 2 stars is pretty cheap, so let's move on. Now, in Agility, Action Boy and Marathoner are perks that I just have for my person, again. Home Defense is a perk that is in Agility that is decent, but you're really only going to have it on for when you initially make your turrets, and then after that you can kind of switch this out for maybe something else in a different slot or another Agility perk. But Ammo Smith is going to be a great perk to have on. I mean, it's a 2-star and you produce 80% more rounds when crafting ammunition. I'm always crafting ammo. I'm sure a lot of you guys are. So this is just a great perk to have on constantly, as opposed to just having to like switch it on. And that's a point that I want to talk to at the end of this. In luck, class freaking starch genes, I'm sure a lot of you guys have mutations, so you understand. Super Duper and Woodchucker are the only 2 perks related to this build that I want to talk about. So, Super Duper, oh, you know what, give me 1 second. It looks like, oh, he took care of it. Alright, let's get right back to that. I'm sorry about that, folks. So yeah, Super Duper, I mean, 30% chance you'll get double the results whenever you craft anything. I mean, you can scrap anything, so you might as well, you know, if you're crafting like a weapon, who knows, you get a spare combat rifle. Hey, there you go, and it's totally free. Why not? Woodchucker, though, I mentioned earlier about Travel Agent. When you are traveling around, you know, scavenging for junk or items like that, Woodchucker is great to have if you're going to locations like, what is it, like fucking Ballsack and Butt Cracks, or Sylvie and Sons Logging Camp, that's what it is, or like Helvetia. If you're trying to get wood or something, this is a great perk to have on. It's a 1-star, and you collect twice as much. Wood is a junk item that I typically use, I mean, all the time. If you take a look at my camp and other videos, you'll see most of them are made out of wood, stuff like that. So this is a great perk to have on. Now, the last thing that I want to talk about before I conclude is legendary perks. Now, regarding this kind of build, there's not really a lot of legendary perks. However, there is one that I would suggest, and that is Ammo Factory. I'm not sure if this stacks with Ammo Smith, the agility perk, but hey, you're crafting more ammo, so why not? To wrap this up, I'm going to exit out of here. To wrap this up, all I want to say is these perks are obviously catered to what you're doing, what your build are, and this is just, you know, what's going on in my playthrough. So I figure that maybe I could share some of this with you. Maybe you'll pick up on it or not. I know that not everybody has the ability to get multiple loadouts, but hey, if you do, if you take something out of this, maybe you learn something, whatever. But I appreciate you guys watching, and have a nice day. Take care.